The Diary of Miss Cathy Martinez, Information Officer of the Azola as fertilizer for rice and vegetables. Project under the Department of Agriculture of her unforgettable experiences with Azola and the people she met in the course of her profession as a development communication practitioner. Date, October 1, 1980. This is my first day at my new job. I've been told by my lady boss, the project leader, to read about Azola. I did not have much trouble getting to know the fern because many materials have been written about it. There were books, journals, and newspaper clippings which my roommate, Miss Jalosco, the project clerk, cut out whenever she was free of her typing jobs. I read also the maiden issue of the project's newsletter, the Azola News. My boss said from now on, I'll be in charge of managing and producing the newsletter. Azola, I found out from my readings, was a very flexible fern. It has many uses and it can help farmers a lot in saving on chemical fertilizers, which they religiously believed could help them increase their yield. Azola serves as a green manure for rice. In compost form, it can fertilize crops, vegetables, and ornamentals. Fresh or ensiled Azola is a good source for protein for ducks, fish, swine, and chickens. Our researchers on Azola are even adding more to the list of its various uses. It can be used as a weed suppressant, as mosquito population control agent, and as water purifier. My. No wonder they call it the Wonder Fern. The main problem with the fern, according to the project's field workers, was that farmers find it to be laborious. It still could not understand why farmers are lazy to use a fern which can save them money. Maybe I'll know the answer next week when I visit the Azola site in Benguet. Date, October 7, 1980. We are on our way to Atok, Benguet. The weather's cold up here. I've not been feeling well. Maybe because at the last minute, we had to settle on a public transportation to take us up to Benguet. The project's land cruiser had to service a foreign dignitary who was the special guest of the big boss. The project does not have money to hire vehicles for use, and besides, even if the vehicle were available, we will not be permitted to use it because there were only 3 of us. We have to be efficient and save on gas. Yes, the big boss. Okay, argument closed. Well, talk about being of service. So, this is what it feels like. Jeepneys are so scarce. Only 4 jeeps go up the mountains every day. The jeeps are full not only of human passengers, but also of squealing pigs and barking puppies. The jeep smelled not greasy and gassy, but it smelled of chicken dung and human sweat. I tried to hide my disgust at the situation and still smiled as sweetly as I can. Lest I'll be kicked out by the other passengers if I showed my true colors. Passengers were very comfortable chewing nga with their hanging onto their rubber slippers. I tried my best to act and chat the way they did. It was a special feeling to be one of them. I noticed that the jeepney's roof doubles as a passenger's seat. We were lucky not to have occupied that special seat. There were 3 of us from the project: Mario, our field officer, my lady boss, and me. The drive up the mountains took us about 6 hours. We exchanged pleasantries with the rest of the jeepney's passengers. I tried a few Ilocano words I learned from my mom, who is an Ilocana. They laughed at the way I pronounced the words. I laughed at myself. They were teaching me along the way, and I forgot about being dizzy from the ride. They were busy keeping me awake with their chats of how different Benguet life was from Manila. When we arrived, we were immediately whisked off by the agricultural officer to the barangay captain's house. I was made to drink pasi, or the rice wine. That was how visitors were welcomed. I'm glad my stomach stayed calm and obedient until lunchtime came. Manong Berto, the barangay captain, served us a sumptuous meal, chicken tinola. It tasted different.
Created using Powtoon.